to Spiritual Dessert, Trews, 54, for Russell Brand and other people. Maybe. I don't know. Look on the bottom in case it's not. We're on chapter 5 of the Story of a Soul still. What are those angel things? Oh my God. Well, I'm glad you're seeing it so I don't have to explain. Christmas grace and after. I certainly did not deserve all the graces our Lord gave me, for though I really did want to be good, I was full of imperfections. I made myself almost unbearable by being far too sensitive, and nothing that was said to me seemed to help me overcome this tiresome falls. Well, if you have an open heart, chances are you're going to be sensitive. I do cry, you know. I do not know how I could think of entering karma when I needed a miracle to overcome my childishness, but it happened. God did work this miracle on Christmas Day, 1886. The divine child, scarcely an hour odd, flooded the darkness of my soul with radiant light. By becoming little and weak, for his love of me, he made me strong, full of courage. With the arms that he gave me, I went from one victory to another and began to run as a giant, in Psalms. My tears were dried up at their source, and after that I hardly ever cried again. Not like me. Yes, we were at my relative's funeral, Stephen, Tina and Michael's dad, and he wrote the most amazing poems, and wow, there was not a dry eye. There's no way. Yes, and so the last couple of episodes, I had no idea there would be a funeral. So, yeah, it's a little scary. Well, of course, I am talking about the afterlife a lot anyway. It's inevitable. We're not staying. Yeah, there's more of us that are going to be joining them than any of them that are coming back. Well, I wouldn't come back. I probably did come back. Oh, man. I must tell you that the precious grace of this complete conversation, conversion, was granted me. Granted me! They spoke very differently in the 1800s. Sometimes they use words that I think are from then. When we got home to Le Buissonnet, after midnight mass, I knew that I should find my shoes standing at the fireplace filled with presents. Oh, how sweet. As I had always done since I was little, so you can see I was still treated as a baby. Father used to love to see how happy I was and hear my cries of probably joy. Delight. I told you, what delight's a saint? That was the last episode. No, 2 before? I don't know. Go back and look. As I took each surprise packet from my magic shoes, and his pleasure made me happier still. But the time had come for Jesus to cure me of my childishness. Even the innocent joys of childhood were to go. He allowed Father to feel cross this year instead of spoiling me, and I was going upstairs. I heard him say, "Therese ought to have outgrown this sort of thing, and I hope this will be the last time." This cut me to the quick, and Celine, who knew how very sensitive I was, whispered to me, "Don't come down again just yet. You'll only go and cry if you open your presents now in front of Father." But I was not the same Therese anymore. She had changed. Be careful what you pray for. It'll happen. I held back my tears, trying to stop my heart from beating so fast, and I ran down the dining room. I picked up the shoes and unwrapped. That's where we are. This is technically the dining room. While looking as happy as a queen. Oh, Father did not look cross anymore now and entered into the fun of it, while Celine thought she must have been dreaming. But this was no dream. Therese had gotten back forever the strength of mind that she had lost at 4.5. I don't know. I was very different 4.5-year-olds back when the socks were irritating the back of my knees. That glorious night, the third period of my life began, the loveliest of all, the one in which I received the most graces. In one moment, Jesus, content with all my part What? Content with goodwill on my part. Accomplish what I had been trying to do for years. I wonder if I need glasses. No, this light really stinks. You can tell from all the shadows. Be grateful. It's light. Pleasant dreams. No, not yet. Let's see. The glorious night, the third period of my life began, the loveliest of all, and the one in which I received the most graces. In one moment. Jesus, with goodwill on my part, accomplished what I've been trying to do for years, and I could have said that the apostles said, Master, we have labored all night and have taken nothing. There you go. By his own hands, cast the net into the water, pulled it out full of fishes, making me too a fisher of men. Charity took possession of my heart, making me forget myself, and I've been happy ever since. And as I closed my missal after Sunday, one Mass, on Sunday, a picture of the crucifix slipped out a little way, and I could see the wounds of our Lord's hands, with blood flowing from it. And a strange new thrill passed over me. It pierced my heart with sorrow to see his precious blood flowing, but no one bothering to catch it. And I made up my mind there and then to stay in the Spirit at the foot of the cross, to gather up the dew of heavenly life and give it to others. Some missions we take on. I thirst. Inflames my heart with a burning love. That was the quote. I long to satisfy his thirst for souls, and I consume myself with the same thirst, and yearn to save them from the everlasting fires of hell. No matter even if they chose it. Yes. Oh, well, actually, she said no matter what the cost. Be careful what you wish for. Then Jesus stirred up my love even more by letting me see how pleased he was with these longings of mine. I'd been hearing people talk about a notorious criminal called Pranzini, who's condemned to death for several brutal murders, and he was unrepentant. It was thought he was going to lose his soul. I longed to save him. Oh. But though I did use every spiritual means in my power, I knew that by myself there was nothing I could do to ransom him. So I offered him to our Lord's infinite merits and all the treasures of the church. That's quite a few treasures. Needless to say, deep down in my heart, I was sure that he would be reprieved. But I wanted some encouragement to go on my search for souls. And so I said very simply, My God, I'm sure you're going to forgive this wretch Pranzini, and I have so much confidence in your mercy that I shall go on being sure, even though he does not go to confession or show any sign at all of being sorry, but because he is my first sinner, please give me just one sign to let me know. He answered me to the letter. Father never used to let me read the newspaper, but I didn't think I was being disobedient when I rushed to La Croix the day after he was executed and turned to the bit about Pranzini. Guess what I found? I was so moved with tears came to my eyes I had to rush out of the room. He'd gone to the scaffold without confession or absolution, and was being led to the block by the executioner when suddenly he turned around. And the priest had been holding out a crucifix to him as if moved by some inspiration. He seized it, and he kissed the sacred wounds 3 times. This was my sign, and it touched me very much, since I had been the sight. It had been the sight of the blood flowing from one of those very wounds that had given me my thirst for souls. I had wanted him to give his precious blood to drink, to wash their sins away, and here was my firstborn, pressing his lips to his wounds. What a wonderful answer. After this, my desire to save souls grew by the day. That's it. Pleasant dreams. I have another birthday dinner. I'm the most celebrated person. I don't know why. I'm just me. I like food. I'm a pain in the where too, because I'm allergic to this. I'm trying not to eat that. Fun. Thank you. All right, pleasant dreams. Love you. Kiss, kiss.